Welcome to Frankfurt, Germany, where we went to our very first K-pop festival and the first K-pop festival in Europe, K-pop Flex. Because my wife is a fan of K-pop, but Korea is pretty far from Israel, so once we heard it's in Europe, we went for it. She really loves Mamamoo and G-Idol and we had a lot of fun, even though the prices were high and we waited for like 2 or 3 hours for the concert to start. We left pretty early because the two last bands weren't really interesting to us and we went to our cool hotel. We never really liked fancy places, which our next vlog in Berlin will prove, so once I saw this place with its cool phrases, quirky souvenirs and odd coloring choices, our room was orange but there are also purple and green rooms, I just had to book it. The bed was comfortable and the entire vibe was incredible. It vibes differently. The thing we weren't sure about is the picture we had hanging in our hotel room. We aren't sure if it's in all rooms, but it felt like it was just meant for us because we're from Israel. Breakfast was great with a huge assortment of sausages that my wife and I enjoyed because we grew up in a Russian house where we call them kolbaski. Of course, we had the rest of the things you have in a breakfast like bakery, eggs and bacon. We enjoy our bacon because it's not that good in Israel because things are kosher here. Then we enjoyed some traditional German food, the official restaurant of Paulaner, which is one of my favorite beers, and some cool coffee places, and one where the access for workers was called a psychiatric ward. We enjoyed apple wine, Schnitzel with green sauce, Frankfurter sausages, more kalbaski, and some tasty coffee with all sorts of cakes and cookies. We didn't really feel like we vibed with Frankfurt because there wasn't really any fun feeling or a touristy feeling to it. It just felt like a city where people live and do their things. But we did find some cool things like this train cart which went out of the ground, or this cool park where we just decided to chill. This was our first abroad after COVID ended and we just wanted to relax this time and have fun, just chill and rest as much as we can, take photos of the passerby boats and people, and enjoy the good weather because it was spring. But the highlight was the Natural History of Museum. We've never been to one, so we really enjoyed all the skeletons, models and weird things out there. Do know that it's a huge place and there are a lot of things to see, but there's no air conditioning, probably because some of them need to be preserved. But we did make sure to have our fun, and if you're in Frankfurt you shouldn't miss out on this museum. I highly recommend it. And as quickly as it started, it ended in the train station in Frankfurt, which is huge compared to the train stations we have in Israel, where we had our coffee and we waited for our train to Berlin, where you can check it in the next vlog, where we had some fun with cats in a cafe, ate food that isn't traditionally German, and saw some really cool people who just didn't have any skin on. Thank you for watching.